My name is Kelly Mahon, and I work for Mid-America Flight Museum, and I'm going to describe the two T-34s I have behind me here. One is in standard category, and the other is experimental exhibition. The one in standard category is unique because there's only maybe 4 total that are in standard category. It makes it easier for insurance on somebody who's getting older and still wanting to stay in Warbirds. And then the experimental exhibition is more for the person that wants to have the highest tech they can. So exhibition allows us to put tip tanks on. It allows us to do all modern avionics, even up through autopilot. And so this is kind of a blank canvas. Both of the airplanes are low time since hot section. And for the average user, especially if you're not familiar with PT6s, you'll probably never get to the next hot section. That's 15 or 1700 hours. And so these engines are surprisingly maintenance free. Everybody worries about T-34s because of spar ADs. Well, these airplanes don't have spar ADs. These aren't T-34 wings. These are wings off of a Duke. This airplane with the bigger engine has a higher speed for redline, and so it's completely different airplane. It looks like a T-34, and that's the end of it. These airplanes have been refurbished a lot. The landing gear has all been gone through. The wheel wells are all painted and pretty. All new canopies. Seats are all brand new leather. Lots of stuff like that. The flying qualities are such that I get to where the word that I use most is benign. They don't have any bad habits. And we can go out and use high power, high angle of attack. We can pull, and it's helping you out the whole time. You can truly tell it was a last generation kind of a trainer. Air speeds are easy to recognize. Gear speed is when the airspeed indicator is pointing at the 6 o'clock position. Stuff like that is just very easy. Prop and condition lever are all on one lever, just on and on and on with making it easy for first timers to get in. Compared to your average T-34, it has all kinds of strakes on the tail. Ones that go into the horizontal stabilizer and then 2 ventral fins. And so 0 spin risk. If you do spins, National Test Pilot School bought one of these and we had to go through the whole flight test program. They wanted to see fully developed spins and it took like 4 turns, and it's just absolutely 45 degrees nose down all the way around. And when you want to recover, standard, release the back pressure, opposite rudder, it comes right out. What I always loved, the Moose stall and the Super Cub. So big high power, nose high, pulling, and it should roll right over the top. And these silly things, you get up there, it starts buffeting, and the wings roll level and the thing flies away on its own. It is just a very nice, gentle airplane. The engine is set up with an inverted oil system of sorts from PT6, so it's a whole bunch of weird. You've got 15 seconds of knife edge, you've got 30 seconds of inverted. I think you have 15 seconds of vertical going up and 5 seconds of vertical going down. And so this is the first turboprop airplane I ever did a hammerhead in, and it's just very nice. Air conditioned, and it doesn't have stick shaker, but it has a rudder pedal shaker hooked to angle of attack. It only has one place that you could get yourself in trouble, and that is if you got slow on final over the runway and you hit the idle stop, it's done flying. So we fly the airplanes a little bit fast on approach, and it's just gentle. It doesn't have reverse, but it has beta. It stops short, gets off short. When we're comparing this airplane to others, what's really nice is the simplicity of it. We really think that the biggest issue with transitioning people into this is the fact that it's turbine. So with a little bit of ground school and a few, I mean very few, starts and shutdowns, any average 182 or Bonanza pilot should be able to fly this airplane very easily. It cruises along at 200 knots and does 2,000 feet a minute. And when we talk about tip tanks on the airplane, if you were to use the Rangemaster tip tanks from the Navion line, that gives you an hour per side of extra fuel. Plus, it has 2.5 hours plus reserve just in the wings. So it really opens up the distances that the airplane can go. Very comfortable to fly.